TV in front of us is the Singer SGW68TV. That's its model number. It is a widescreen CRT that is curved. It is 66 centimeters in size, so I believe that's a 28-inch widescreen tube. It's not a size I get very often at all, and I actually thought it was bigger than it was. I guess it's just got very thick sides on the TV. I've actually got two of these televisions here now. This is the black shelled one, and I also have a grey shelled one. The grey shelled one doesn't work, and it's the one that I first tried to put on. But I'll just show you what it looks like. It's the same sort of deal. I'll actually show you the insides of the grey shelled one later on. It'll save me opening the black one here. They're both exactly the same model. The PlayStation's hooked up right now with the Midway arcade pack or party pack. I can't remember what it's called, the Smash TV of that pack playing now. I've got the remote. Now I don't know if this is the genuine remote because there's no branding on it. There's absolutely no markings on the remote at all. So it could be a universal remote or it could be the actual proper matching one. I only got one remote and this actually colour matches the other TV, the brother, the same model, which I will show you later. But it does work well. I think I can get all the functionality of the television through the remote, so that's the main thing. This thing had it got shipped with cardboard and stuff on it, and it's still got like tape residue on it. But I'm not too fussed at the moment about that. I just want to get the video made. Here's the front panel. Very basic in there. It's channel up and down and volume up and down. And there's your power on off switch, just a big switch there. LED on off, or on and red for standby. Around here at the side you've got a little panel that rotates. It tucks in. I don't really know why they've gone to the effort of making it hide like that. I mean, it's not much different when it's out. It's got a composite video, audio left and right in, and headphones, but no S-video on the side. Going around the back, we'll have a look at what it's got. There's the Singer badge and the model number. Actually made in Turkey. First one I've had that's made in Turkey. I'm guessing would have been made in the 2000s at some stage. Barcode there. And the all-important connections. So, sorry if the lighting's not really good here. I'm not at home at the moment, so I don't have much choice otherwise in what environment I'm in for this one. There's the antenna, and you've got two SCARTs, and you've got some unpopulated inputs, or you've got some cutouts that could have some more connections there. Audio left, audio right, video, but it's good that we've actually got the SCARTs rather than just composite video. Again, there's some more cutouts that are ready to come out, and another one over there too, and some more there, but they're not populated. So there's only two SCARTs, and the left one, Euro AV, the number one on the left, is definitely RGB. That's how the PlayStation's running. And number two does not support RGB. Unfortunately, I don't have an S-video adapter here to plug into the back and try. It would have been nice to be able to state whether it does handle S-video or not. If it does, then that's another tick on the goods about it. But I mean, no S-video on the side there, which is a bit disappointing. Anyway, I'll show you the other model quickly, the grey one. It's opened up and we can see in the back and see what tube it's got and so forth. So this is the brother one. This is the one in the grey silver case. It doesn't work. I've tried powering it and it just doesn't want to turn on. I've got the shell off. Yeah, the Singer badge again. Yeah, the Phillips tube inside. Made in Germany. 66 centimeter widescreen. And no, she's dead. But thought it'd be worth just showing this one as well, just while it's here. This is actually the first one I got out to do the video on, but seeing that it didn't work, I'm going to have to resort to the black shelled one, as you've seen. It's a fairly basic television, just pretty straightforward. There's your picture settings, there's your sound settings, timer, there's a button to go into widescreen, 16:9, then sort of more of a customised one, another customised one perhaps in a 4:3. Now the television is not 100 Hz, which is great because it's always best for retro gaming not to have that, but to be able to find a widescreen television with SCART that isn't 100 Hz is not always easy. It's pretty common to find them being 100 Hz, so that's a good change. It's one of the benefits of cheapo brands or cheap televisions. They're just simple, they're just basic, but they do the job like this does. Now if I go to AV2, so you've got AV1 and AV2, I don't know about the connections on the side, which I think it might be actually AV2 on the side. Maybe it shares it with the SCART at the back, but anyway, this television doesn't automatically switch on, so I've turned the PlayStation on. You know, of some SCART televisions, when they receive signal from a console or whatever, they will flip to the channel they're plugged into, but this one doesn't. I don't mind that, that's good. No problem with that. I'll get back to the PlayStation. So this tube is what was it again? It was a Philips, and they're quite capable. They are a good tube, there's no doubt about that. And again, usually you find the television is 100 Hz with these things, so it's nice to see a 50 or 60 Hz chassis on a good tube like this. I want to get to 4.3. One thing I don't like about playing 4.3 on widescreens is often when you see the edge of the picture, you might see some geometric distortion, you see a bit of a curvature. It does annoy me, so I don't really like playing 4.3 content on widescreens. If you've got something like a widescreen BVM, some high-end monitor, you could get away with it. I'll just show you something interesting in this game. I didn't know about this before, I just had to grab a game and to make the video. I'll push the wrong button. I'll have to go back, sorry. It's in the options. Very interesting. Good game. Old Smash TV. So in Smash TV's options here, if I go down to adjust Smash TV game settings, you'll actually see this video mode, TV safe and arcade. Now, basically the difference is one of the modes, I can't actually remember it right now. I think TV safe is in an interlaced mode and arcade is in a progressive mode. Now, I don't know why they have to call it TV safe. It's not like the PlayStation can output some sort of signal that's unsafe for televisions. It's either going to be a progressive or it's going to be interlaced. And plenty of games use one or the other, or some use both, like this. So I don't really know their caper there. But I'd recommend going into progressive mode arcade so you don't get that interlaced flicker. Yeah, that's good, there's no flicker there. I don't actually mind the image of the television, it's not bad. It's clean. Bingo. Too bad I don't have a crosshatch picture here to put up to check it out. That's quite a serviceable monitor, television. What I'll do is I'll put on the NES with a light gun game just to check that the light gun does work. I'm sure it will, but we can confirm there's no 100 Hz shenanigans going on that way. So I'll put the NES on now. Okay, so the NES is plugged in. It's plugged in via composite video into the side there. Actually, I should mention that I'm not really impressed with the sockets, the RCA sockets on the TV there, because they're they're somewhat enclosed. There's actually no room to put the outside. There's not much metal showing there, but you don't really get the best contact and get the best plug-in like that, especially with this like this particular PlayStation cable, AV cable. There's barely any outside metal covering there for ground, so you can hardly like there is on the inside, obviously inside of the wall, but you can't really get it into the socket on the TV because they're so enclosed, so off limits, so to speak. Anyway, it still works. That's the main thing. Start duck hunt. Zapper in hand, as you can see. No problems at all. Yep, all good. So light gun works, no 100 Hz. Now I managed to find the SCART S-Video to SCART adapter. I've got two here, so I'm going to check out because it was on my mind. I want to know in this video for you viewers now if this thing can run S-Video or not. So I'll try that. So I've got the PlayStation 2 now hooked up via S-Video in SCART socket number 2, and all I can get is black and white. So that's regardless if it's PAL or NTSC. And I've tried the PlayStation 1 and it's the same deal. So I'm only getting black and white in SCART 2. I'll put it into SCART 1. This is our RGB socket. And usually they don't do S-Video. They either do S-Video and composite or composite and RGB. That's plugged in SCART 1. I'll change channel. This might have nearly flat batteries, I reckon. Black and white again there. Do a reset. Yeah, you can see the colours are stuffed up. That should be pretty much black and white there. Yeah, no good. I'll have to say that the television does not support S-Video, so that's a bit of a bummer. I just want to try one more thing before I conclude the video. I do think that the AV connections on the side, composite video, where the NES is plugged in, I do think that that actually is shared with SCART 2. I don't think they're separate inputs. So what I'll do, I'll just set this up. Righto, so now the PlayStation 2 is running via composite video in SCART socket 2. I'm using another one of these adapters in the back to get the composite into the SCART number 2. The NES is plugged into the side via composite, and to check the theory if they both share the same input, that is that SCART 2 and the AV on the side are one and the same, I'll now turn the NES on. And as you see, you get a mixture, a jumble of the PlayStation 2 and the NES at the same time. So essentially there are only two input sets into the TV as well as the RF. So again, another mark against it. It'd be better with two SCARTs, two independent SCARTs and a third AV set, but that's not the case. But anyway, I can conclude by saying that good tube inside the television. It does bloom a bit, so when it gets a bright scene it does distort the image briefly. More due to the chassis though. It's cheap television, very uncommon. I do not see this brand at all, really, Singer. Very little comes up on the internet about it. I suspect it's just a cheap brand, I've said that many times, but good tube, probably average chassis, but the image is not bad, the image is okay. Best thing is it's not 100Hz, your gun games will work, you get genuine RGB, so not a bad television, nothing outstanding. Perhaps worth picking up if you see it on the cheap somewhere, and if you want a widescreen that can do RGB properly, that's quite uncommon. So I've kind of shown you what it can do, what I think of it, so that's pretty much it. Sorry I didn't get any videos out earlier, I haven't had any out for a while, but there are more to come, so please stay tuned for more to come. Thank you for watching and see you next time.